of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
You know, let me shut up because this is not a one-man show. I'm like steadily going, you know. My wife,
people under the illusion. See, this whole thing about the A.H.A.D moment, I know people that watch this program, you know, recognize the different places, but see, I let people know immediately. Me being the host, I ain't lost in the illusion of things. The reality of the show is set for a platform to bring forth Holy-Apostle Deen, and then we sit around in conversation with the messages. So I don't get lost anytime I talk to people. I try to maintain humility and recognize I'm on the show, but you see, the show ain't about me. Why don't you talk more? I talk what the Lord give me, but in the interim of the thing, I know the reality why it's really set up. I'm not lost, and I don't let my Lord.
Why don't you just give it to him in layman's terms? This is my show. It's my show. I'm the one set them up as host. So you people out there in Elizabeth that keep talking to my brother, talking about why that man talks so much. I talk so much because it's my show. If I didn't want them here as hosts, they wouldn't be here. I am the A.H.A.D moment. Now, you Muslims can say, see, I told you he was arrogant. No, I'm just telling you the truth. I got a producer over here who thinks she the producer, and she ain't the producer. She ain't producing nothing. She just a carrier of the show to the cable vision. You understand? For me, everything that we do, everything that we doing here is by Ahezaah's instructions. By its commandments that's been put on us. And that's why we have this venue. So you haters out there can stop saying I talk too much, because what this brother is giving you is what I talk anyway. You know, so you who like to get it from the horse's mouth, from my mouth. You know? And don't be angry with me, because some people get angry when you tell them the truth. I ain't arrogant, I'm just truthful, you know? I believe in my Lord, I'm faithful, that's what Deen means. I believe in what the Lord put in me, you know? I'm a warrior, that's what Mujahid means. You know, I'm just me. You don't know me, you might think you know me. Like I tell my brothers and I tell the sisters, I say, you know what? I don't care if I was just a head. If my Lord took everything but this head, you came and mess with me, you'd have a head rolling down the street trying to bite you. Because I will be trying to bite you. You understand? Because that's me. That's my heart. I'm the Lord's servant, you know? So you ain't gonna get no weak man in mind and heart. My Lord said it's going to take me down and physically and make me a meek man to take down mountains of men, but it didn't say it was going to take me and make my heart weak or my mind weak, you know? And I got some good soldiers around me, so there it is.
See, what you just said here on the show, man, represents that people understand about the Lord being real.
Yeah.
See, you talking about you a message of the Lord, people, you know, but then at the same time, I was talking to one of the sister community, you got people around here on the church, you got Holy-Apostle, Apostle this, Prophet that. So, now where the fight?
Where's the Muslims at? They should be at all these churches saying, lie. But no, they come at the one who they know associate himself with Islam and tell the truth about Islam, and they say, oh, that brother, he's deranged, that brother's deluded, oh, liar, how you gonna call him? I can't call him holy. Oh, you can't, right, okay, but you can go and call a preacher prophet and prophetess.
Sure thing,
yeah, talk about I disgraced Muhammad.
You uphold, you uphold the truth of Muhammad.
Yes, and the churches and looking at the titles Holy, Apostle, and the like that. They don't get the word, they don't get it main line. You're talking about getting it from the horse's mouth, you're talking about getting it from the prophet, you're talking about getting it from Allah's mouth, Ahezaah's mouth. And knowing how weighty the message is. I have to imagine the people out there in the audience getting this message every week, getting this word, It's something
I know it's 10
they have to travel with it. They can't just walk away from it and leave it on the shelf like they might leave on the shelf on a Sunday, on a Friday, on a Saturday.
It's luggage.
Yeah,
It's like
oh, I
luggage.
can do this and go back to my commerce, my world trade or whatever. No, it walks with it.
Well, we do the best we can, but we must let the audience know that don't think that this is the height of our conversation.
Really,
This
no,
is
it's not.
the least of our conversation.
Yeah.
We have to be, the Lord I've been wanting to teach and I've been wanting to give to you what I give to them, and the Lord Ahezaah won't let me do it on TV. It won't let me do it, and it's just ironic that we spoke about this because I thought about this the day before yesterday,
Oh, okay.
and Ahezaah said to me, it's just like throwing pearls before the feet of swine. If I allow you to give my word out to everybody in the world like that,
Right.
That's true.
and then I understand why. I didn't struggle with it. I just wanted to do it, but I see Ahezaah is not letting me do it.
Well, the thing is, people don't understand that Ahezaah is so real that if whatever you receive, you're held accountable for it.
Right.
Even if you ignore it, you're held accountable for it. And as you come closer to seeking Ahezaah, the more Ahezaah will give to you. But the thing is, it's a very, how can I say, catch-22 involved
With the devil.
with the devil and
Manifesting.
within yourself.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because see,
yeah.
you could sit up here and we could speak the higher language that Ahezaah has given us, but then you may receive it and take it and use it for evil. So
Yeah.
Ahezaah is allowing us to protect you against that, because everything comes in stages. Like a lot of people say to me, when I say certain things, I have to really monitor what I say.
Yeah.
And I have to
True.
train myself not to go too far over a person's head, because then I'm going to be held accountable if they take it and misuse it.
Right.
So, once we're off the air and we go out and dealing with the public in our lives and what have you, there's a lot of people that's drawn to us, because of the spirit of Ahezaah. It's
I
not
get almost completely quiet.
right, and it's not us. Don't get us wrong, because a lot of people will be thinking that we think it's all about us. It is not us. It is, I know I ain't no fly woman, no red bone, long hair. It's not us.
Oh, you beautiful to me. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what you brothers think. I got a jewel right here, so you can say what you want to say, but it's in the eyes of the beholder, right?
Right, but it's
So
not
don't
us.
put yourself down.
It is not us. Just like Brother Idris go to work and people come and talk to him about the show and everything. We do, Ahezaah put us in a situation to, give what it want us to give to you at the time that we're giving it to you. But there is Ahezaah is endless. Man put restriction and limitation on Ahezaah.
Yes, it does.
Man, if you listen to people's conversation, you would think that Ahezaah was just like the next Joe Blow. The way man said, well, the Lord ain't had nothing to do with it. I never liked that conversation. The Lord has something to do with everything. Everything. See, I may go big to you and say, yes, indeed, the Lord has something to do with the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
But then I can go small to you and say, yes, the Lord has everything to do with you being constipated.
That's right.
The Lord has something to do with everything.
Sound like me.
And when you take the Lord out of the equation of anything, you are blind.
That's why I could not
And
understand.
and subjected to the devil.
That's why I could not understand even back in the 70s when, during the Nation of Islam, when Elijah passed, I went to Chicago and I was in the bathroom and something had happened. I said, oh, Allah. And a brother from Ohio jumped knee deep into me saying, you should not mention that name in this bathroom.
Yeah.
Allah, it and the angels is not in here. He said he and the angels is not in it. I looked at him, at first I was, going to bow down and said, okay, I understand where you're coming from. This is a place where you clean yourself and what have you, And I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no place absent where Allah is absent. There's no place where the angels are absent in regards to our lives.
That's right.
You know, and plus in the bathroom, the Lord has set that up as a place for you to purify yourself. People always think about the bathroom being a nasty place, and you know what? It is a very, very nasty place in the United States of America, especially the women's bathroom.
Yes.
Why is it so nasty? Because they think of it as nasty and they treat it as nasty.
Yes.
Urine and defecation all over the floors and walls. Man, I remember once I went into a lady's bathroom in a closed joint. And I said, you know what? I'm going to the ladies' bathroom. The men's bathroom is so dirty all the time. You know, I went in there and man, I ran out of there. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know they had a bathroom for pigs. Let me get the heck up out of here. You hear me? And I'm like, and so I talked to my wife about it, and you know, she said women are very nasty.
Yeah.
You know, they'll go and they'll sit up, stand up, and urinate all over the commode and leave out. They're just trying to hit the hole. And I'm like, dang.
They don't have a problem when they miss it.
And they don't have a problem when they miss it.
Not
You know?
only that,
Oh, but the thing we see is certain individuals from a certain race is famous for going to the men's room, going to the bathroom, defecate, urinate, and don't wash their hands. And when they see a brother at the sink, because brothers, one thing about brothers, they can be some dirty brothers, but for some reason we go to wash our hands because what I think it is, because in the old time religion, they taught us that sex was a necessary evil, and that sex is nasty and bad. So we got it in our genes and we touch our sex organs, wash up. When some of our sex organs is cleaning in our mouths. For the trash we eat and the trash we speak. Huh? Yeah. So we wash our hands where they get angry sometimes and then they'll run to the sink and turn on the water and do one of these numbers that
And go out. Yeah.
I just touched it with that hand.
yeah.
And walk out, and then you see them going touching on people and going to the restaurants, getting their food, and,
like,
you know.
And the sad part about it is our people love to follow behind other people.
Yeah.
I mean, I have never in my life, and I've been to different people's houses and spent the night over people's houses, not that much when I was young, but never seen no one go to the refrigerator, get up in the morning, go to the refrigerator and drink out of a cart.
Yeah.
But now, black folks is practice doing nasty things.
Well, they get it from television. Everything they see the people do.
What you saying is true. I mean, black people are more, 99% gonna go to that sink and wash their hands.
Yeah, that's one thing the
You
brothers
know?
ain't let go.
And sisters either. You know, you could tell when something other than an African American person done came out the stool. Because they'll come out the stool and keep going.
Keep on.
An African American person is gonna go to their stool and wash their hands. And the thing is, what people don't fail to realize, they think that the majority of black people are nasty.
And they're not.
No. Today in the Star Ledger, it was a story in there that could have made you cry. See, Caucasian has put us in certain conditions for a purpose. Black people look at these rappers and other people with money, that's only 1% of us. The 99%.
It's 1%.
And then you might have 5% that's middle class. But the other percentage of us live in the ghetto. And they Caucasian people, and now they allow farm people buy up houses in the ghetto and don't maintain them. Now today in the Star Ledger, some slumlord had somebody come in and spray the place because there was bed bugs, mice, and fleas. And if you looked in the paper today, you might have cried. 38 people was hospitalized. Children's face was swelled like watermelon, their eyes was kept closed.
What's going to happen to him?
What did they use in them people home? People couldn't breathe. They became, they couldn't breathe. They had to give them treatment so they could breathe. I mean, this happened to our people, but we have all these hundreds of people going to church.
It happened in Newark.
It happened in Newark on South 17th.
So where's Cory Booker?
Hey.
Cory Booker should have been in the newspaper. He should have been outraged.
That's where he lived. He came by? Yeah, he came by as a public token,
as a public token. No, he should have been out. He should have went against them like he went against Urban Peace Day of 2007. He should have went against them with a vengeance.
That's right.
He should have went against them with a vengeance like he did when he went against Brick Towers, the building he lived in, and filled them people that he loved him, and that he was about the ghetto and tore it down. He should have went against them like he did with everything else.
It was the saddest thing. But just because a person lived, and you people have to know that this is true if you really take notice. I grew up in the project. It was about, if you say it was 100 people in the project,
that's what my sister would say. I didn't grow up in the project.
It was 95% of them that was clean. But everybody focused on the 5% that was filthy.
Right.
And they created disorder in the land.
Yeah.
It was the 95% swept down the hall, mopped down the hall, kept their house up, and what have you. But if you have a situation where you have people that's not, then you do have become infested with roaches and other doggone things. But that don't mean these people live nasty.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So the picture that these so-called black elite people paint of black downtrodden people is not true. And y'all have to learn that this stuff is not true, and let your children not be raised on them, talking down on them, and because they not coming to see how people really live. I mean, come on. People don't never address salary and things of that nature. So black people have to live where they can afford to live.
Let me say something, please. We live in a capitalistic society, and what all of you in our audience need to understand is this: the so-called bourgeoisies, the elite, those who are above middle class, the higher class, like the Oprah Winfrey's and the Bill Cosby's and all those people. You need to understand and recognize that these are not our people. In a capitalistic society, they are no longer our people. They will not be in the ghetto walking down the street. They will not have an apartment on Martin Luther King Boulevard in any city. These are not our people. And that's why they can step back and talk against us.
And let me just say this here before I lose my train of thought. Elijah came to change things, to make people responsible for their community.
Yes.
And to have people that would fight against these landlords and what have you.
And the bourgeoisie.
But the people that didn't want anything and who really believed in Martin Luther King didn't want no success. That's why they sat back. They was too afraid to come up forward. But when Malcolm was on TV ripping them, no of them so-called black leaders and whatever ever got on television challenged Malcolm. None of them ever got on television and said anything negative to Malcolm, because they knew that Allah had raised them above them. But they sat back and had a plan that when things fall, they was going to make sure that they crushed the downtrodden black people like roaches. How dare you stop prostituting? How dare you start opening up businesses? Believe you me, I don't care if you are bougie or a ghettoite. Crab in the basket is just that. Crab in the basket. Nobody in that damn basket want anybody to get out.
You gotta explain to them what crab in the basket is, because that's an old saying.
Oh yeah.
Crab in the basket people is like black folks in the basket, or whatever race of people is in the basket. They all together, and every time one reach the top, almost getting out, the other ones pull them back down for them trying to get out. None of them help one another to get out, so they all stay stuck in that basket. And that's the way we are as a people. And when any of our people ever make it through the cracks, they are no longer our people. In this capitalistic society, it don't go by race, it go by money. It has always gone by money, and those who are in control of the money, those in power, they have only let a select few through the cracks to get the money to serve their purpose. You got to take an oath to the devil, so to speak, in order for you to get to the top. There was only a few that made it in another way, and believe you me, they came through the Nation of Islam. And Muhammad Ali is one of them, and they were so glad when he got beat down with Parkinson's or whatever his disease is, because they could smother him. And then they stole him from the black people. See, they always raise our people up when we die. You know, oh, he was a great man. To them, a lot. I hate to say it, but I love Muhammad Ali. But the thing about it is, to them, he's really dead. He's really dead. He's just walking still. And then every time you see him, they try to put up a sad theme about him. You know, he's still quick at wit, but he just speaks slow. Yeah, we know all that about Parkinson. We know that. We know the man still in there. But you know, the whole thing about it is they're glad, they're happy that Elijah's time has come and passed, and they are happy that Muhammad Ali was quieted, and they are happy that Malcolm was killed, and they're not too happy that Martin was killed. But those that's in the know at the top, they are happy that Martin was killed, because they know Martin was joining up with Elijah Muhammad, a truth that his own family refused to tell and afraid to tell. But they know that he was joining up with it. He was in the process of joining with Elijah Muhammad and joining the North and the Southern blacks together. And they said, and those who, JFK and who and all the rest of them, who was putting this, tapping their homes, they said it's time to kill him. And when they killed him, they know they had Jesse in place, and they knew when Elijah died, they had Worth in place. And then, if that wasn't enough, it was the elite of the educators in the so-called black America that went and pulled Farrakhan back out, saying, we need somebody to represent us. We know you ain't talking the truth, but we need somebody to stand up for us against the white man.
Well, one of the things that the message is talking about, and people don't realize, there's a lot of educated black people out there.
Yes, it is.
I was having a conversation with a brother at my job just today, and I said, one of the mistakes that educated black people make, they like to quote, what's my man name, Du Bois, the Talent and Tip program. His whole Talent and Tip program. And most of them take half of his picture. The Talent and Tip that make it out, their duty is to give back, reach back for the other 90% and pull them out.
Right.
They get out making their ivory towers and stay there. That's why the Cotton and all them, the Oprahs, if they doing something, if it's on a grand scale, most of them are doing it for tax purposes or But if the true heart and love is going back for the people, it's going back into the communities, really establishing the inner city youth or even the parents to come up and rise on to level. This is how you can be this way. All the money that they have out there today, they ain't building out one school, one building, anything fear to come out.
It's fear versus love.
Right.
Is your love greater than your fear? Is your love for your own self and your own people? Because you got, see, them elite people, they don't consider themselves their real selves.
Right.
So is your love for yourself and your people greater than your fear of that enemy of your people? Or is that fear of your enemy greater than your love? Because as it stands, our people who make it to the top recognize that there's an order at the top. And if they want to stay at the top, then they cannot show love for our people. And they fear losing what they have been allowed. See, we sit around, those of us who the have-nots, we don't realize that they are allowed through the door.
Right.
Puffy, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, all the rest of these people. And you know, and the people who are the elite educators and the politicians, they are allowed through the door. But if they go wrong, the powers that be is going to cut them short. And they know it, so they have fear.
And if you don't believe this, look at what happened to Michael Jackson.
That's the greatest of all time, Michael Jackson.
He left his brothers to go in their world. They opened the door for him to come. He got all his background
They induced him to come.
And it was turned Caucasian. His whole world became a puppet for the Caucasian. And when they got tired of Michael, and they saw that Michael wanted to play with their little white boys, it was a no-no. And that was it for Michael. I ain't saying Michael sexually did anything. Only Allah and
No, he
Michael
had been playing with them little boys all the time. But the thing about it was, Michael had no childhood. His childhood was robbed of it. So he really was psychologically stunted. And those little kids to him, see, he knew the demons out there. This is the whole thing about Michael, which a lot of people don't recognize. Michael knew the demons, and his father and his mother was among the demons. You understand? And Michael couldn't trust nobody but the innocent.
Right.
Those who were innocent like him when he was a child. And that's how he got involved in them children. Because he couldn't trust nobody, and being that he was abused, he wanted to give to all the little children who had possibly been abused or who could possibly be abused. And so the Caucasians didn't like it because Michael stopped doing something behind the scenes for them, and then it came after.
He said Sony was raised. He got saying
He did.
He mentioned
No,
Sony
that's
was
one
racist.
thing. I guarantee you, if Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Puffy, or any of them ever say that the Caucasian people are not fair, I guarantee you, there they go.
You think
that's what Michael did. Michael said something was not fair.
Remember what she said about that beat, that mad cow disease? They were trying to castrate
she ran back off of that too, right? Well, I'm gonna give up 100 cars or whatever she gave up, right, to all them people. And when you look in the audience, it's all Caucasian. You know, here you go. You know, don't mess with my money.
And when I hear a black person tell me how much they love Oprah, I really want to puke on it.
Like you did it with your grandmother and your mother.
My mother,
Oprah's their goddess, man.
And I don't care, I can say it because my mother is too damn prejudiced to watch me on TV. But anyway, Oprah started businesses for every Caucasian. Dr. Phil Good.
Yes, sir.
Rachel Ray. All these Caucasian people. She ain't started not one black person, not even the
But look what she
coloring.
did. But look what she did when she did something for black people.
She was African.
They said why she didn't do it because these black people don't know how to appreciate things over here. So in other words, like I said, she is not our people. Because if she was our people, the first priority would be to make sure these black children learn how to appreciate things. If she got that kind of money, she could start a school, she could pay educators to come in and specifically teach the black children certain things that would give them freedom and liberation of mind.
But Ahezaah got her.
Oh, Ahezaah got her.
Ahezaah got her. What happened at that school?
The women was molesting the young girls at the school like crazy.
So you gonna skip all the way across the water. I know my daughter would have appreciated her if she would have gave her a nice size scholarship, but put her in a situation. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that because there's some of our young people that is looking forward to going to school and becoming doctors and lawyers and everything.
But they got a certain number that they'll let through, and that's
They
that.
focus on the kids with the parents weighing down.
And unfortunately, got a certain amount of time with the program. You know, this has been an I-Have moment to come before the storm. You want to reach us at you can reach it. My correspondence at I-Have Incorporated, Post Office Box 8795, Newark, New Jersey 07103, or via the internet at Third House, THIRD HOUSSE at yahoo.com, or our program show, and I have moment ANAHAD MOM.
Don't forget about Urban University.
Oh, definitely. And gotta watch A.H.A.D Urban University with Holy-Apostle Deen Street Corner College Urban University.
To do things right. To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you